Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode. Have you ever wondered how hard it is to be a travel blogger? Let's see if I can answer that for you. So here's what I was thinking. I'm looking through my Instagram feed and I'm seeing all of these amazing photos from all of these travel bloggers from all over the world. And I'm thinking, seriously, like how are there so many people that are just killing it, that my Instagram feed is completely full of these travel videos and travel photos that just look amazing. So I was thinking, man, are there really that many people that are just living this amazing life? I think we've all heard of this fear of missing out or the negative impacts of social media on our lives. And part of it is because everybody's out there portraying their absolute best life, even though we know for a fact that not everybody's actually living the life that you end up seeing on social media. To kind of prove this point, I found this really fantastic photo. I wanted to throw this up here. It looks great. And honestly, just seeing this kind of picture makes me think, oh man, like why am I know I'm in quarantine right now, but like why am I not? That was until I decided to do a little research. I thought, you know what? It would be cool to take this picture and find out where it is, so maybe I can plan a future trip. So when you click on the location, it pulls up the general area where the photo was taken, and turns out Instagram is full of pictures that make it look like everybody's just out there living their best life. But when you see something like this and you realize that, oh my gosh, no, there's like 3 people out there that are travel blogging and taking these pictures, and all of Instagram is just full of these reposts. So this gave me an idea. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this one picture and we're gonna break it down. We're gonna tell you how you can go there, you can get this picture yourself. We're gonna tell you how much it costs to actually get there. We're gonna tell you how to take that same picture, and maybe it'll make you feel a little bit better knowing that as awesome as these photos are, it's something that you can get too. Okay, let's get into it. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna plug it into Google Reverse Image Search. And the cool thing is it immediately tells me that it's this Rosenlaui glacier. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, but the cool thing is it's also showing me, hey, this is actually an area of Switzerland that I'm decently familiar with. We stayed there for 4 days. I don't know, we were probably an hour or 2 away from where this actual glacier was, but I can definitely still give you some travel tips and let you know how to get to this area and how to get around this area. So that's great, that's a good start. Out of these Google Reverse Image Search results, I'm gonna pick out this one here. This one looks really good. This looks like it came straight out of somebody's camera, maybe very minor edits to it, but this is the kind of picture that you could get with your smartphone, and that's what I want. Okay, holy cow. We've gotta stop for a second here. When I started this video, I could tell from the mountain that this was the Swiss Alps, but I did not realize in tracking down this picture, I think I found the exact location, and I'll show you why I think I found the exact location. But we were like maybe 20 minutes, 10 minutes. We were very close. In fact, this Reichenbach River that's flowing here in the Google Maps, some of you might recognize Reichenbach from Sherlock Holmes. That's the famous waterfall that Sherlock Holmes falls from with Moriarty in the series. And so while we were in Switzerland, we made our way to the Sherlock Holmes Museum and we went to Reichenbach Falls. Even though it was closed, we hiked up the mountain ourselves so that we could see these big dramatic falls. And it turns out that this photo, I had no idea, we're tracking it down, is just like right on the other side of the waterfall, right up the river from where we were at. So that's amazing. And number 2, I'm extremely confident that I found the exact location where this photo is taken, because if you look at the Google Street View, let's take a look here. Yeah, that's right. The Google Street View shows a photographer actually set up with a tripod taking this same picture from this mountain. Now obviously this isn't going to be the exact same photographer that took the picture on Instagram, but holy cow, that is awesome that we managed to find the exact spot to the point that when the Google Street View car was going by, they got a shot of somebody trying to get this exact picture. I'm gonna go ahead and throw those coordinates up on screen for you. I'm gonna put them in the description below as well. 46.6, 8.1, but that's enough that you can get yourself right to the point where this photo is taken, which is awesome. So I think that accomplishes task number 1, which was to go out and find the exact location where the photo was taken. So task number 2, we're gonna pull this photo into an app that I love that's called Pixelmator. Now Pixelmator, a little expensive for somebody that is not looking to get deep into photo editing, but it does something really awesome, and that is it replaces the monthly subscription you have for Photoshop with an extremely powerful photo editing app. So let's hop into Pixelmator. I'm gonna talk about some of the things that I'm noticing immediately. Now, when I look at this original picture, I can see a breakdown here where the foreground, the stuff closest to us, that foreground stuff is really in the mid-tones. They've balanced it so it's not super light, it's not super dark, and I'm also noticing that it leans heavily into the oranges and reds. So we're gonna take those greens, we're gonna move them into the reds. The other things I'm noticing here is that this tree line is very dark. Now the trees are obviously, you can tell from the less edited photo, the trees are dark, but they're still pretty green. And in this photo, they are definitely pulled heavier into the darks, and they're made a little bit more in the reds. The last thing that I'm noticing here is that if you look at the sky is just this brilliant crystal blue color. And you know, it looks great, and the mountains do look fantastic in real life, but it's a little boosted. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do 2 things. We're going to go ahead and fill in this empty blue sky with some epic clouds. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna boost all of those colors together. We're gonna make it this nice clear crystal blue. And we're gonna have this separation where we have these reds and these warm colors down at the bottom of the image. And then we're gonna have these cool, bright colors up at the top of the image. And then we'll have these clear layers of separation between like the lights, the darks, and then the mediums as you go from foreground, midground to background. Now, for the cloud image, what I'm doing here is I'm pulling from a service called Unsplash. Unsplash is an absolutely awesome website for completely free photos that are taken by professionals or amateurs, but that look fantastic. And so all I'm doing here is I'm looking for a picture of some clouds. I want to get a big epic set of clouds, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw them onto the background, and I'm going to crop them, and I'm going to cut them out so that they fit right behind these big beautiful mountains. Now with all of those edits done, I think you can see, here's my final edit. Looks pretty close to the original. We've got a nice separation between those lights, darks, and the midtones. We've got the foreground, background, midground separation, and then we've got these warms and these cool colors really separated out. It looks really nice. All right, so let's talk about how much it costs to get there. So we've been there before, but when we flew to Paris, and then we took the train over. Now, if we hop over here to roamtorio.com, one of my other favorite travel sites, it does a really good job of breaking things down by legs and telling you how to chain together your trains, your cars, your airplanes, whatever it is it takes to get to a location. Now, in this case, because we're living in the middle of COVID-19, all of the prices are a little wonky, so I can't really trust them. In fact, if I even try to click through to view some of the rates on these trains, it won't let me purchase. So I'm gonna give you, here's some snapshots of our receipts from last time. So what we did was we flew into Paris. Paris for us was $400 round trip after tax. Normally it's like $600, $650. If you're going really short notice, it can be up to like $1,500, $2,000. So if you plan ahead and you look for deals, you can get a really great deal. So $400 is what it took us to get to Paris. And then to go one way from Paris down to Interlaken, it's gonna be about 160 euros. Now, again, this is something that I think can vary quite a bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say just another $400 to get round trip all the way down to Interlaken area and back up to Paris. Now the last thing is, once you're in this area, you actually don't have to drive at all. Like, this area is fantastic for trains, it's fantastic for just walking around, getting out. There's trails that go everywhere. If you like biking, there are loads of bike trails. This is a fantastic area. So what I would say is, just get yourself the 5, 10, 20 euro ticket and you can cruise all over this area. I think ours were around $30 for the entire week we were there, which is just fantastic. And so what we actually ended up doing was staying in Lauterbrunnen, which is just around the valley on the backside. and then taking the train down into Interlaken and then over to the Grindelwald area. Now, I don't think the train actually goes up to this exact location, so you'll probably either have to hire a tour bus or hire a car. But in general, just to get to this area and tour around and get some really epic photos, it shouldn't really be necessary. In fact, everything that I'm going to show you that we did, everything that we did was completely done by foot or by train. We didn't have a car the entire time, and we were really happy with that choice. All right, so that's it for this episode. If you guys like this video, I'm going to turn it into a series. I already have a few other photos and videos queued up that I want to give this same treatment to. Tell you exactly where it's at, how much it costs to get there, and how to get your photos looking like theirs. But if you have something that you would like to see, let me know, and I'll go ahead and make sure to put that on the priority list of Instagram photos to go ahead and find and recreate. All right, that's all we've got for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.